What's up guys, They Coming here. Before we start today's recap, I wanted to let you know the start time of tomorrow's stream for the CWL Conference Semi-Finals with BostonTeaParty and Forbidden. I will begin streaming tomorrow night at midnight my time, which means 5 p.m. EST, okay? So 5 p.m. EST, I will hit the start stream button and I will be streaming roughly the last 3 hours of War. So I hope all of you come out and I hope that you tell your friends. I'd love to see lots of you in the comment section or in the live chat cheering us on both sides, not just BostonTeaParty. I want this stream to be lit and it's going to be a really exciting war. Both clans really vying for the top 4 position. The winner of this war will go on to the conference final, and then the winner of that war will go on to the CWL Rising Championship match. So, super important war for BostonTeaParty and Forbidden both. Wish us both luck and come out for the stream. What's up guys, I'm They Coming, and today I'm recapping a random war that we had this week against Knights Templar. Now, it says CWL in the frame that I have posted here, and that is because both BostonTeaParty and Knights Templar are CWL Rising clans. So as this was not a regularly scheduled league matchup, we are both Rising clans, and I thought, you know what, just leave the overlay the way it is, because we both are repping the CWL. As you can see, BTP coming out the decisive victor, 82-75, absolutely crushing victory, even winning on percentage by about 2%. The downfall of Knights Templar was their Town Hall 11 play. They had several 11v10 dip fails, and that is ultimately what spelled the end of the war for them. We did have a Town Hall 11 advantage, but as you can see, we actually chose not to use one of our Town Hall 11s just to attempt to make this more fair for them. Also, one of our Town Hall 10s also did not hit. So despite not using 4 pretty valuable attacks, we did come out, 7 stars in the lead. The MVPs of this war would obviously be our Town Hall 11s. We came out, 6 for 7 on 11v10 dips. And that's pretty huge. I'm not sure why they didn't use one of their 11 hits. They should have had more of those. Wait a minute. So yeah, I think they attempted some 11v11 stuff, which I think was because they couldn't double some of our 11s themselves. But that's just what happened. We crushed them in stars. Let's go ahead and get to some of the best attacks of this war, and I picked some different ones. First, Seahawks going in on number 15 with the Queen Walk Mass Hog. Now, he has a little bit of an unfortunate thing happen towards the beginning of this raid, but you're going to see how he's able to recover from this and why this was really not a bad thing for this to happen. First, he's going to lure the CC very easily, drop the Queen with healers to deal with Dragon and Baby Dragon under poison. She is not going to need another spell to deal with that. A poison is going to slow down those troops enough for her just to work through on her own. And then she's going to work down here to this air defense, and the intention is to get on top of enemy Queen without dying. But as you're going to see, she's going to step into a lot of fire, end up in an unfortunate situation. Here we go, so she's taking out the air defense. She's gonna get this cannon here and step up just a little bit further. The enemy Queen is going to spot her. She's gonna pop the ability, and because the Queen wasn't quite close enough there, she's gonna start beating the wall at the same time. Unfortunately, the enemy Queen steps up right in time to be retargeted again. That was a strange little interaction with the Queen disappearing in her cloak ability and her archers being nuked off. She stepped back out of range for a moment, but look what has happened. He started his Hog Riders, and those 4 healers that were on the Queen have now swapped to the Hog Riders. So this is effectively one group of hogs that he doesn't have to worry about so much, because those healers are going to keep juicing them up the whole raid. Needless to say, the hog pathing for this raid was also really, really great. He's going to be moving into the last few likely giant bomb spots with really nothing to worry about. He kind of misses on that heal spell, but look at these healers doing work on these hogs, just absolutely keeping them nice and juiced up back to full. The very last giant bomb unfortunately ends up being between this air defense and this cannon, and it is going to hit the entire group of Hog Riders just as the healer goes down. So his hogs are dangerously low towards the very end, but there's just pretty much all of them lived. I mean, he hardly lost any Hog Riders. I mean, gosh, he has, probably 70% of his hog army still alive, probably more, maybe even 80% of the hog army is still alive, despite the queen going down, losing a pretty important part of his plan. I believe she was supposed to take out a little bit more than just 2 or 3 defenses and the queen with that. So anyways, good job to Seahawks picking up the 9v9 Queen Walk Mass Hog. Good job. Next will be CrazyDude hitting number 16. Now this was also kind of an interesting raid in that he picked his spell usage was kind of unusual. And this is, he just uses 5 haste and 2 heal spells. Now for a Lalo, it can be really, really valuable to have like 1 rage, but even how he uses these 2 heal spells is really, unique and interesting. So first he's going to suicide his royals to take out the enemy queen, and I believe part of this plan was because this clan castle is so offset to completely avoid triggering it, because I believe we knew that this was a lava hound in the clan castle. So if he can keep these ground troops away from that trigger radius, and as you can see, this compartment would keep them away from that trigger radius, the hound will never come out, the CC is completely useless. So the queen and the king have beat through the wall, killed enemy queen, and look, some unfortunate pathing for this queen occurs. She's barely closer to that storage over there, so she's gonna walk all the way over. Meanwhile, and ignoring this air defense, which was really part of her mission, was to take another AD there, and she's just gonna beat on this expo. And what do you think is gonna happen next? She's gonna beat the wall, that's right. Meanwhile, he started his Lalo over here at 9 o'clock with an early haste spell to get into these wizard towers while they are distracted, and he's gonna have a little bit of a truth pathing issue up here. He's got, some balloons awkwardly split from where, he wants that rotation to smoothly move, but that's okay. He's gonna heal both sets of lava hounds. So he squarely heals these balloons that are on top of the Tesla farm, and he catches the hound that's once again missed by the balloons. So some mispathing there, but ends up being okay. That air bomb is going to completely delete 1 lava hound worth of pups. As you can see, there were 2 lava hounds in there. That air bomb went off and killed the pups at the perfect time. So that was a little bit unfortunate for him, but luckily the last hound does pop and the rest is just cleanup. Meanwhile, the queen, who beat out of the base, did trigger the CC, and the hound came over to her. Still, she doesn't die. She's able to take that down because no other fire from any other defenses were on her. GG, man. CrazyDude picking up kind of an interesting, like a weird looking troop pathing Lalo. Those heal spells though, actually I think really did save it, being able to heal those lava hounds through sort of an awkward recovery phase. Nice job. Next will be AntsPlayer hitting number 23. Now AntsPlayer is bringing the Stoned Hobo, and he has a swag heal, but I'm gonna say the beginning of this raid did not look so hot, and that's because his entry, with 3 golems, you're intending to go pretty deep with that, and you're gonna see exactly how far he really gets. So 2 golems down, minimal funneling troops. In the bag, he has 18 hog riders and another golem. So let's see what he does. He drops that 3rd golem once the funnel has been established pretty nicely. And he's going to drop a jump into the base. Now this was, I think, the correct call here to jump into that compartment, and I would anticipate that the initial plan would be then to jump this archer tower here to lead all the way back to the queen with that. Now meanwhile, the bowlers and the king have gone in with, no, excuse me, his king is not there. Oh wow. He was even missing the king on this raid. I think that was a mistake, but he still gets it. I mean, just watch what happens. So he's got some bowlers, they're slowly getting killed by other stuff. That's okay though. Queen is sort of following up behind the golemites that have survived. He had 3 golems to start and only golemites now, and he hasn't really got quite as deep as I'm pretty sure he intended to. But he's got to play this relatively patiently at this point because that queen is still alive and his back end is made of hog riders. So look, the queen's gonna take out this archer tower, and now she's awkwardly standing in the center of the base, not being attacked by anything. She's gonna come in range, pop the ability, smack enemy queen to death, and now he's gonna start his hog riders over there at 3 o'clock. Now he is gonna hit a bit of an unfortunate bomb to start, but that is going to be just fine. He's gonna work in here and drop a heal spell squarely onto this compartment. Those hog riders are going to beat through that expo eventually. The hogs will then path back into that heal spell and come over here. He's got too many hog riders and not enough point defense left to deter this attack. And we will 4x swag heal onto the clan castle shortly. Where is it? Bing, there it is. And that's going to wrap it up for the 3-star. Missing his king, did not have the king for the raid and still swagged a spell on a max 9. Very good job, bud. Next will be Chaka, hitting number 25 with another stoned hobo. Now this one I thought was a little bit cleaner looking. The kill squad damage and just like what they accomplish is so great with this. I mean, he really gets a massive swath of this base, and then his hogs at the very end just absolutely crush things. So anyways, he's funneling down between 6 and 3 here. You know, minimal wizards there, not that many wizards. I think he had like 7 or 8, and you know, just working his way in. Now he's going to drop that jump, and he's going to play patiently, dropping his king and his bowlers behind. Very nicely done there. And meanwhile, the CC has come out. Now he's going to drop a poison, but all of those golems are being splashed out by a Valkyrie and baby dragon. So the golems are actually going to get cooked pretty well, but he's taken a nice high value section of this base, and he's got a perfect entry for his heroes and those bowlers. The second jump is down. The rage has been popped, and those raged bowlers are getting some nice value bounces across this base. Look where the kill squad actually terminates. They're still not done, and the hogs are being deployed. So very nice. All of the important defenses have been distracted. He has no spells for those hog riders, so it's all up to, you know, just a few more defenses to deal with this massive group of hogs that he has that came across. Really pretty plan, really pretty pathing, and good value on that kill squad. Love seeing that kind of thing. Ooh, Big Bomb does eat several hogs at the very end. He's going to pop down a late poison to take care of some skeletons, but it's okay. Chaka, nice job. Anyways, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this short recap of our midweek random matchup against Knights Templar. Shout out to those guys. Better luck next season in the CWL, and we're looking forward to a rematch someday. Take care. See you later.